Look here, I'm a little bit better than Joe Biden is. Welcome back, guys. It's 865. The OG purple bike rider here. Today we're going to look at a open tag 2 for Tuesday from our good buddy over there, Tom at Knife Delights. We'll ramble a little bit. I believe it's going to be ramble number 18. So we don't have a whole lot to talk about. We might get into something. All right, let's turn it around. All right, guys, here we are. I know y'all like that bicycle riding. A little bit small for me, but I'm thinking about joining the Tour Day like Joe Biden. Anyway, here we go. Got today's carry. I was down there at the McDonald's and got me a 2 cheeseburger meal for 2 for Tuesday, and got thinking, hey man, this right here might be an ingenious way to start carrying my stuff. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. So let's get after it here. Oh, we dropped something. I believe I can get it though. That's probably the wrong thing to drop. But hey, we was trying to do a dramatic entrance there. So we'll lay this down here so we can look at some stuff. So, open tag 2 for Tuesday, Tom's Knife Delights. Hey, if you're watching me, you know that cat. But if there's some crazy chance that you wound up watching this and don't know him, go over and check him out. He's going to be in the link in the description. I'm trying to shake all this stuff out a little bit. I know y'all see that. So y'all can kind of see it a little bit. We'll talk about a couple knives. Oh, and what's that? What do we have here? We got something in the mail yesterday from my big buddy down there in Georgia. Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. He's like here. He's got it's a stream light or a mag light, a brass or copper Zippo lighter. Look like a Stockman 75. This old dude, he's a great one. I really like old Terry. He helps me out. We talk quite a bit. Of course, if you're following me, you're going to be following him, but if for some reason you're not, here comes FedEx man barreling up through here. If you're not following Terry, what are you waiting on? All right, Terry, we're going to put you over here. I'm kind of try to pin you down with the Jack Wolf field notes book. All right, anyway, 2 for Tuesday. Today we're carrying the Dagger Knives. And I can't remember the model of this thing. I'm just gonna call it the Dagger Knives Dagger. Oh, hold on, we're missing something. While we're doing that, you sit there and look at that. I believe I didn't have that out in my McDonald's thing. The Dagger Knives, we're gonna call it the Dagger. So, first thing, we've got FRN handles that is completely covered in skulls. The captured pivot, it's got a skull on it. Open construction, we got a back spacer. I don't know if that's a glass breaker, skull crusher. It'll do one of the two, sure. You got a skull pocket clip. Skulls on this side. We open the blade, this thing's eat up with the skulls. Your deployment hole is a skull. The D in Dagger right here, it's a skull as well. On the back side we say HCR13 MOV. Now you can deploy this thing with a flipper tab or with a thumb hole. I can't tell you exact price on this thing. I know I bought it from Blade HQ sometime last year. but this thing is under $20. So for that kind of action, man, for 20 bucks. Anyway, we've got a half serrated blade. This is going to be a flat ground knife. At first I couldn't remember if it had chisel grind or not, but it's got a V grind on it. A lot of times you get just a chisel grind when you have serrations, but we've got a full V grind on this one for half the blade. We'll lay it down right there. Yeah, you can still see it. Overall, we got a 110 millimeter blade. I'm just kidding, guys. I wouldn't do you like that. We've got a 3.5 inch blade. Overall length, counting the glass breaker, is going to be 8.25. This is a pretty thin fella. Thin, slicey fella. I mean, I kind of like it. I've never been one that's too crazy about skulls, but you know, he's screaming something at you there. I don't know what he's squalling about. The Dagger Knives, Dagger, I guess. If you go to Blade HQ and type in Dagger Knives, it'll show up. They have a couple different colors, and this one's a stone wash. I think they might have had this is more of a black wash, really. It's a black wash. I think they had just solid black blades, like probably painted blades, and they might have had some satin blades as well. I don't know, they had a couple different handle colors. I don't believe it had orange when I was trying to find one, but or else this thing would have been orange. Second knife on my 2 for Tuesday. I have to pin him down. He'd be happy I pinned him down with a Zippo. First thing we're going to look at is this artisan-made Richter Knives custom slip. Semi-custom. It's custom. I called him and asked him to make it. And it's got maybe a bright green and a blue thread over here. Got the Richter R. This thing's starting to take pretty good patina. I'm having trouble showing it off to you right now, though. I mean, just absolutely flawless. This thing beats around in my pocket with everything else. And it's done a phenomenal job. I like it. I keep a little bit of leather conditioner put on it so it still feels nice and soft and supple. But if you need a knife slip, contact my boy Richter Knives. Hit him up on Instagram. I believe he's still doing some custom stuff. I think that's coming to an end. I think he's just going to go to drops. I believe it's what I heard him say on the live the other day. But if you could get even getting one off a drop from him, I mean, phenomenal craftsmanship. And inside the Richter slip, there's a little bit of that leather from the inside that's on it when I pull it out every time. That's the Jack Wolf, Big Bro Jack. And that's going to be, I never can remember what this camo carbon is called, but it's a camo carbon with green, yellow, and blue carbon fiber. We're full titanium construction. I mean, look how flawless. You can barely see where that blade and back spring meet right there. There you can see it now. But out here, you can't tell the difference. You think that's fixed blade. I mean, everything. I mean, these suckers are like true perfection. Look at the grind lines on that. Swedge. I mean, what can you say? This thing is absolutely ridiculous. I know some of you guys like to look at tang stamps. These are lasered on. Jack Wolf S90V. I know I've talked about this knife before, and there's a video up there just wearing some cardboard out, and then we had the safety rangers that showed up telling me how to use my knife. But anyway, these inlays or onlays, covers, I don't know what you call them on a modern traditional, but they're removable. They're fitted on with torque screws. The pivot is serviceable. I don't know how serviceable this thing will be once you see how this thing going into the half stop right here. Did you hear that? Listen to that. This thing, I don't know if it's got the hardest pull of any knives that I own, but it's one of the best. It's got to be up there 8.5, 9. Let's see if we can get some audio on it. That thing not ridiculous? I've never really feared that this thing was going to close up on me. Then again, I don't really do too many stupid things with a slip joint, but you know, this absolute, I'm telling you, I'm gonna call this one perfection. Man, we're going on 10.5 minutes. I'm gonna have to hush up. I got on there talking about the POTUS there for a minute and help out McDonald's. There's a lot of people hate McDonald's. Oh, that's fake meat, blah, 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 whatever. I guarantee you that those burgers ain't no good for you. But man, they taste good. So I still get them time to time. I'm gonna show y'all another one I got with me. I've got a Morea Eldrs. And my youngest son, he's got the gray sheath and the mint colored knife. We kind of like the way the colors went together. Scandi grind, just your typical Morea. It's gonna maybe it's Swedish. Maybe we should measure it in millimeters. This one's gonna be right at about 2 1/4 inch blade. Overall 5 3/4, 5/8 maybe. This one, you see that tip right there? I don't know if you can. The day I got this dang thing, I opened it up in the kitchen. It was in one of those blister packs. And I dropped that sucker straight on the dang tile floor and murdered that tip. The day I got it, I never cut anything with it. They advertise this like a breast pocket knife. You can put up here in your shirt pocket, which I have found camping and out hiking. It works phenomenally for that. Easy to sharpen. It's very hand feeling. I have to get HT to get one of these, buddy. He may already have one, but he wants to talk about how it feels your palm. For such a small knife, man, that thing does a great job. You don't feel like you got a little bitty old knife. But that's that with that one. We got these. This is the 5-inch model Nipex Cobra water pumps. It's an 8701 125. That's a 125 millimeter pair of pliers. And this right here is housed in a, it's gonna be really hard to see this maker's mark. You kind of can right there. Same guy that makes my wallet, I reached out to him. He's like, hey dude, think you could make me a slip for a pair of Cobra Pliers? He's like, yeah man, just give me a bit. So it's Ryan over at Failsafe Goods on Instagram. He's got a web page, Failsafe Goods, where you can go buy some stuff. But look at that. Is that not crazy? He did a bang up job on that. Some more of the finest leather I've ever had in my life. Come from Ryan and Michael Richter. That being said, we got the regular old Zippo. Can you hear it? Hear that arc insert going? This is a regular tape measure we've been carrying here as of lately. I hit the camera, sorry about that. Milwaukee Sharpie marker in green. And we got that field sharpener with us. But that's about all I've got to say. I shouted out several people in here. I'm gonna link every single one of them down below. It's Tom at Knife Delights, Terry at Terry's Knives and Man Stuff, Michael Richter over at Richter Knives. And if I can get a link for Ryan's Leather, I'll try to put it below. If not, you can holler at me on Instagram, or you can holler at Ryan on Instagram. We'll get you with him somehow if you're looking for. He doesn't really do this kind, like knife slips. He didn't do this. I mean, he may be selling these now after I reached out to him about it. But he was big into wallets. He's making all kinds of wallets. And that's about it. So like, subscribe, tell everybody, hey, this crazy guy up there in Tennessee, he loves talking about knives. He can ramble on and on about it. He loves some orange knives. He loves any kind of knives. I just love talking about knives. If anybody wants to talk about knives, just holler at me. All right, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.